What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're over here. If y'all don't know, we're at Drag Wire Solutions. This is my turbo Mustang. No prep car, big block Chevrolet, single turbo. It is getting wired. He is working on the wiring stuff. Y'all go check out his YouTube channel right now, Drag Wire Solutions. It's in the link in the comments. Y'all go sub to his channel. He's giving updates on the car, on the wiring, and he's got a lot of other cool projects coming through here too. And if you need anything wired up, Holley, MSD, Haltech, Motec, anything that's got a tech in it, he can do it. He's your man. He's here right outside of Fayetteville and St. Paul's. Check him out, Austin Ratley, Drag Wire Solutions. Let me show you what we got going on today. And if you guys don't mind, I really appreciate it. Go hit that subscribe button right now. Give the video a like. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Well, I just got over here. Happy 4th of July. Y'all are over here working on 4th of July.
We're working holidays.
The life of race car fabricators. It never ends, right?
It's always, all the time.
So Austin is working hard on the race car. He's got some updates. He just did a video that come out a day or two ago. Go check it out on his YouTube channel. He's talking about all the wiring. I'll kind of skim through it a little bit. But first, I've got to ask a serious question.
All right.
Why are there ratchet straps on the car?
Because you got too much travel.
Jeff Thomas, TRS Racing Struts. He just said we got too much travel.
I put the jack under the front of the car and I jacked it up. Nowhere near being able to put my blocks underneath it.
Right.
So I made you some really nice travel limiters.
Because I don't have travel limiters yet.
Honestly, I'd leave them on there. I think it'll work for the track.
Well, you know, I've known Austin a long time. You know, I'm a fix this fix type of person.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying that looks fixed to me.
It looks good.
And we can
even trim it up.
Yeah, we can trim it up and we can count the clicks.
Oh,
We can, yeah, we got, okay, it's,
yeah,
instead of how much travel you got, I got 4 clicks.
Yeah,
Click, click,
smart,
click, click.
actually, yeah.
I like it. Hey, we got a new product. If y'all want to get some travel limiters, y'all can pick your color. We got green available, orange available, high visibility. There's some camo available.
High quality. Yep.
High quality. And then you can also double them. We can take them off as a hold down for your generator if you need it.
If you want a wheelie, you can take them off.
if you want a wheelie, you can take them off. So that's funny. I was like, is that ratchet straps? That's hilarious. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to.
I have failed miserably at getting the car completed. The wiring portion is supposed to be kind of the end step.
Yeah, it's normally the last step.
But we had to kind of migrate to move it earlier in the process because of my timeline. But so Austin's got a lot of wiring done already. He's already got the cables coming through. Notice those are bulkhead connectors, and those are no chance of shorting out in the car with wire loom.
Right.
I mean, how many people do that? How often do you see a car come in with wiring?
Oh, a lot. I wish I had. I pulled a harness out of the car the other day, and the main battery cable was melded to the chassis. It was running when it came in here, though.
Wow.
So I don't know.
It's just pure luck that it's not burnt down yet.
Absolutely.
I mean, because it is grounding, and there is no fuse between the battery and that.
No.
I mean, there is no link. There is no fuse. The fuse is the wire.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so
And it's a big wire.
And it's a big wire. It's going to take a lot of amperage
Absolutely.
to do it. So that's a good thing. So one of those things, he's got the bulkhead connector over here. So there again, y'all saw on my old car, when you buy just a factory Holley harness, then there is no bulkhead connector.
No.
Essentially,
No,
you have to run it through a grommet or a hole in the firewall.
Right.
So this is a double safe. I mean, it keeps you from chafing the wires.
Exactly.
And it also protects for fire. If there is a fire, it's going to burn the harness and it might burn that up, but it's not going to have a.
This side,
That's right. It's not going to have a
At
hole.
least you can just replace the engine side of it.
Right. So
Save the inside part.
Right. So that's a good thing. I mean, it saves you with that scenario as well. So this is looking amazing. He's got a piece of carbon fiber down here on the roll bar. So he's going to mount the Holley here. I guess that's the permanent home so far.
Yes,
That's
sir,
going
it's
to
gonna
be
be,
kind of where it's at.
It's already tapped hard into the chassis
Oh, okay.
here. And this side, it'll be into.
You mean when I take off, it's not going to fly back and kind
we're just going to flop back kind of like that.
Oh, okay. It's wind. Yeah. In my old car, I had one self tapper in it.
That's good. That's perfect.
It's perfect. That's right.
That's what you want.
If that's what you want, he'll do it however you need it. So this is the benefit of the custom harness. Look how he's wiring this. He's laying it all out. And I mean, it's going to be, the weight of it is going to be cool. But the biggest thing is how clean it looks.
Right.
I mean, it's just going to all be hid, and it'll be the perfect solution up there. If you have a normal harness, then you have to, you got 10 foot of harness, it seems.
You bundle it up everywhere.
You got it bundled up, zip ties, or, whatever you got to do to hide it.
Yeah.
But when you're in a race car, there ain't many places to hide.
No, there's not. It's going to be sticking out. Everybody's
Right.
gonna see it.
And that's what, man, that's in the Saturn. Daddy Dave, we were in Virginia, no prep. And you saw my wiring harness, and it was not really
good.
It was not really protected from view.
Right,
And so
yeah, exactly.
Daddy Dave stuck his head in, and Randy was standing beside him. He said, "Y'all got a lot going on in there." I don't know if that was a compliment or not. There are red wires everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, this is crazy. This is amazing. So he's working on the wiring stuff. So he come up here this morning. I've actually got to go work at my normal job this afternoon, but I had today off in the morning. So I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna put working on mine. I've got the header from Uncle Mike, if y'all saw the video. I got my drive shaft. So my goal is to get the header on it, and then that way Austin knows how he can wire this stuff up as well. And then we're gonna put the drive shaft in it. So let's get busy. Let's get started on mine. Once again, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you go to Austin's channel, Dragwire Solutions. Hit him up on Facebook too. The links are in the comments. If y'all need some wiring done, come see him. All right, guys, so just a reminder here, this is a Moser yoke. And this is the first one I ever got where the billet straps, they bolt on to the yoke here. So it makes it a lot easier to install. Essentially, these are just Allen screws, and I think the specs, I mean, it's a little screw. It's a little bolt, and a lot of people mess up even on the back. They way over tighten those things, and I have been guilty of it as well because it clamps down on it kind of hard. But this is a small, like 5/16, it looks like thread. So I'm gonna use a little bit of blue Loctite, and I'm gonna tighten these down to about 20 foot-pounds of torque, is I think what it said. It said like 18 to 20. And we'll tighten those down and torque them down, put this on, and then we're gonna stick it in the car. All right, so this thing fits nice and tight. Very easy, very nice, easy. Got my blue thread locker. Let's torque these down. And when I say torque them down, I mean ugga-duggas. This is my calibrated torque wrench. About right here, if I go about a thumb's length and pull it pretty hard, that's about 20 foot-pounds-ish. All right, guys, highly recommend the caps that come off of this thing. That makes it so much easier. You don't have to use a hammer. You don't have to use a socket. You don't have to use a press. Wow, that right there, that's in my life forever at this point. Two-piece yoke, and of course the back one is two-piece anyway. So it just slides in onto the yoke over here. Essentially, I just use regular old straps, just don't over tighten them, and they go right in. There's different billet mechanisms right there too, but that's not what we're using today on mine. All right, guys, so I was just trying to put it in the drive shaft. I was kind of struggling a little bit, and I noticed something that y'all all should pay attention to is it wouldn't go in. And if you look down in here, that is, you can see that is a roller. So and it's missing some. So if there is a roller missing and it's in the bottom, it won't go on properly. All right, so let's go try again. Let's lay under there. All right, guys, the drive shaft is in. So we got plenty of clearance in there. That's a 3.5-inch shaft. It makes it so much easier when that bearing is not in the cap laid down. No, y'all probably had that happen too. Just kind of sucked. I was like, at first I didn't think about it, and I was like, oh, it's going. Yoke pull out is about right. It's a little bit shorter. Of course, it's 34-inch shaft. From what I measured, it needed to be probably 34.25 to 34 3/8. But the length of the shaft, this thing, when it bottoms out, it don't bottom out all the way back there. But I measured the shaft, the end of the shaft is like right there. So that roller bearing is right here for the tail shaft. So it's definitely good and engaged in that. Okay, so now I'm gonna stick the header on real fast. That shouldn't take but a few minutes. So let's stick that on real quick and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we got the header on, and you can see it's not exactly in the middle. It's not exactly symmetrical, but this is the way we wanted to do it. It's just gonna work out better this way. Worked out good. Uncle Mike done a great job fixing this thing up. It fits good, got plenty of clearance. So imagine what's gonna happen here is the turbo is gonna set here. It's gonna be facing sideways, and we're gonna have a little short pipe here, just like the old car, going up this way, and the exhaust is gonna come out this way and go out this fender somewhere. It just kind of depends on how it goes. So the header's on, drive shaft's on. So now I'm back here working on the oil. So remember we had this issue back here. Went to Amazon and I bought some parts and pieces off of Amazon. So a few different ones. These are stainless steel fittings. This is actually the one that's going to work, these little short ones. But it's a stainless steel 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to use this little pipe here. And I'm going to have to go back to the fitting store, and I'm going to get a 90-degree. Actually, you know, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get me a small piece of hose and run like a remote block. There's a couple of people that mentioned that, and I think that's a good idea, which I might. Let me look at this again. I might not use this little piece here. I might just put this fitting in here directly in the top here, and then we're just run a little hose off of it. And then if we run a little hose, then we can run to our fitting up here. Let me figure this out exactly what we're going to do. But I was much happier. I was glad I was able to find these stainless steel pieces. I bought some of these brass ones as well. But of course, this is an 1/8 inch MPT, and you know, a little bit thicker, a little bit better, probably a little bit more sturdy with vibrations. Hang on. All right, guys. Well, here is my oil pressure thing. Not super duper happy with having to do it this way, but I think it's going to work. This is actually pretty cool. That fits pretty neat. This was just a tad too tall, and you can see it's not much shorter, but it is a little bit shorter. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to get a piece of hose. I'll get a number 4. I'll get a braided line, just maybe like 4 or 5 inches long, 6 inches long, like a nitrous fuel line. And then that way I can go to this up here. I'll have to figure it out, but this is going to work. Something else to make sure of, guys, when you're using Teflon tape, the way I do Teflon tape, I see a lot of people mess this up, but you want to do it the way you screw it in. So like for this piece here, it's not really focusing on it. I'm holding right here. I spin this like you're screwing it in, and you just let the tape wrap around it. If you do it the wrong way, then as you're screwing it in, it'll come unthreaded. All right, let's go put this in. All right, guys. So my indecisiveness. So I went to put this one in there, and I started putting it in there, and I was like, well, man, if I'm going to put a short line on this or a 90-degree, why am I going to have all of this when I can just use my longer one and put the fit in there? And so that's what I'm going to do. And so what I'll do is I'll probably get like a 90-degree. I'll get a fitting, a hose with a 90-degree on it. And this is not going to have firewall here. I'm going to have to attach this one somehow. I'm going to have to drill another hole, kind of missed that one. But the firewall is going to be on the inside here. So, yeah, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it so that it fits right here, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm going to do a line up, and then probably do mount it off of the bar here maybe, or just let it, I guess we can just let it fly. The sensor and the actual oil feed for the turbo. So Austin, once again, he's wiring this thing up. He is, we're using all Scarlett Solution sensors. So make sure y'all go check out Forrest as well. Scarlett Solutions. He's got lots of cool stuff. All right, guys. Well, we got a problem. I hate doing stuff twice, but sometimes you just got two headers were on and installed, and we got some V-bands. These are just some Amazon special Evil Energy, but they have the locking clamps on them to where they meet up. All right, and so it makes it so they snap together good. And so my game plan is not to use that piece, but to use the flat side. But it does not really mount up with this one. It mounts up, but it's not good. So we're gonna take these off. I just took them off. We'll go home, cut the V-band off, and re-weld these clamps on and these V-bands, and then put them back on again. Long few hours, but we got a lot done today. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we went backwards, but we got a lot done. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Got a lot done, a little bit of forward progress, a lot of back progress, it seems. But we're going to go to the house. We're going to weld the ends on those headers, and then that way we'll be good to go. Hopefully come back up here in a few days and stick those back on and get the oil line stuff done, and then we'll be set. Once Austin gets done with all the stuff he's doing, hopefully I can get Uncle Mike up. We got to do the firewall, but we're going to crank this thing over here at Austin, so it'll be ready to crank soon. I've ordered streetcar fabrication. I've ordered a flange so that I didn't have to cut up my old turbo kit. So we're going to do 3-inch pipes on the crossover. Hopefully that'll be here in the next couple days. And then we're going to get that on, build the turbo kit, and we'll be set. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out Austin's YouTube channel, Dragwire Solutions. Go check him out on his Facebook page. Y'all give him a like, give him a comment, call him if you need some wiring. Appreciate it, guys.